Welcome to the masterclass at HPAgents.com. You will earn financial freedom and a six-figure income. We guarantee success using proven sales strategy and tactics that I have personally used over the last 15-year career in real estate.
Hey guys, I'm Alan Jimenez, real estate broker here at HPAgents.com, and I'm a mortgage broker, commercial mortgage broker at USPrimeLending.com. So today, we're going to be talking about something that's near and dear to my heart, making money in commercial real estate investing. So I'm going to treat you today like if you walked in directly into my office. Just like you walked into my office, just like clients do all the time. Hey Alan, I got this much money and I want to buy some commercial real estate investing. I want to do something with this money. What can I do with it? A lot of times people get some money, maybe they sold a house, got a gift, whatever the case, maybe their nest egg, they're like, what can I do with this money? It's generating 2%, 3%, 4% in the bank, and it's just, I'm not making enough with this money, and everybody tells me I need to be getting into commercial real estate. What can I do? You know, this is what I hear almost at least twice a week. They come in and tell me the same thing. So the first thing I like to do is I say, okay, well, how much money do you have to invest? And I know it's a little personal, but you're going to get really personal with the broker that you work with. That's just, I mean, you're going to be showing him the bank statements, giving your credit, giving your social, every single thing. You're going to be giving it to him because he's going to be getting you the loan. So just be honest and upfront, and this is going to be your partner. He's the one going to work for you. He's the one going to give you deals. So find you a good broker. I'm not the only great one out there, but find you a broker, not a realtor, but a broker, because he can kind of work things before they even hit the market, work out commissions, just in case we have to do a reduction. You know, because it's $2 or $3 million, they don't mind giving you 1% back, helping you. You know, but a realtor can't do that most of the time. So we want somebody with a little bit more experience, and we want to have that flexibility to make some adjustments sometimes to help you with closing costs. So, getting back, okay, how much money do you have to buy a property? How much do you have to put down? He said, oh, I got $300,000. I got about $300,000. We sold a house, blah blah blah. I got a nest egg. We want to take this $300,000 and I want you to make money with it. Okay, well, okay, we've got $300,000. In general, that's going to be about 20%. That's a $1.5 million property. Okay. Well, that's usually conventional lending, and that's on a Class A, Class B property with someone with fair credit. And it could be even higher. Let's say 25, 30, 35, even 40%. When you start getting into like where there's tanks in the ground, like a gas station. If there's a gas station, you have to do environmentals. Banks frown upon that. So FYI, yeah. And then there's closing costs, which is another 2 to 3%, but it's not just 2 to 3%. It's 2 to 3% of $1.5 million. We're talking, $30,000 to $40,000 in fees. So we got to pay for insurance, we got to pay for taxes, we got to pay for the title, we got to pay for inspections, appraisals, all kinds of things will start coming up. So there's a lot of money involved in some. So now we know. Okay, so now I know, okay, how much he has to put down. Now I start telling him about what do you expect from this money. Like you said you're generating 2 to 4%, so I need to be generating you what's the minimum that you want it. And they don't really like saying that, I notice. They're like, there is no, there's no maximum, but the minimum. Like what's the minimum that I can do for you? Like to make you happy. Other than that, it's not even worth it. He's well, I'm making 4% or 5%, or I would like to make 8% on it, Alan. Can you do that? I can do that. Yeah, I can get you 8%, no problem. I'll get you 8% on it. Well, why do I ask that, you say? Well, because it tells me what type of class of property that I should be looking for. Okay? Let's say, for instance, I know Class A. Class A is not going to give me 8% return. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Class A is a new property with A++ tenants in a Best Buy, Home Depot, big corporations. They're not. We don't have any kind of headache with them. The payments just come in. They're steadily flowing in on automatic. They're not going to call you late at night or anything like that. They're way less of a headache. But when it's low headaches, low risk, What does that mean? That means you didn't do much work, you're just letting your money do the work to you. Then that means you're not going to get much back. Maybe we get 4.5% today's rates, 5%. It can even go down in California. It's 3.5% return. So it's amazing. It's 2020, even with COVID-19 going on. That's a whole nother subject we'll be talking about in the next episode. But so make sure you subscribe, like, do all that stuff that you do now. Do all that stuff that you do now. Let me turn this one off here. Okay, so now he tells me, I do need an 8% return, so that automatically tells me I need to be in Class B, Class C. What's the difference between, we talked about A a little bit, A1 tenants, new building, new structure, all the good stuff. Class B is going to be a little bit less, so it's going to be like built 10 years old, 15 years old, still pretty nice and good location. Tenants may not be A1, they're not going to be A1 plus, Best Buy, Home Depot, and all the big box companies. No, they're not going to be that. But they may have 3, 4, 5 locations, throughout. Maybe they're starting out, they're getting some traction going on here. And I like that. They're not necessarily mom and pop shops. And you'll hear that in commercial real estate, a lot of mom and pop shops. That means they can go under really quick. And so yeah, you'll hear that, when you're starting to buy commercial real estate, it's a mom and pop shop. And that means that they can go under pretty quickly. Versus, somebody with 5, 6, 7 locations, or, then you start getting that, Class A. But anyways, so that's what Class B is. A little bit older, they got a few locations, they got some traction. Now we're going to talk about Class C. Class C is where you get, it's going to be, let's say for like an apartment complex, 30, 40 years old, like blue collar workers in there, kind of barely making it, paycheck to paycheck. You're going to have some problems in there. We manage about 450 doors right now. That means that we collect the rent from Class B and Class C and some Class A's. But in Class C, it's the one where we get the biggest headache. But when that biggest headache, they come the biggest returns. So some of our Class C's will have a return, a cap rate of 10, 12, 13, even 20% returns. It means that they bought it, $1 million, they're getting $200,000 net operating income. 20%. So, but it comes with a huge headache sometimes, and it's hard to manage. So what we do is we have someone that lives on the premises, give them free rent, and then actually pay them some. And they kind of they can talk with the people, they manage a property, they let us know, hey, this needs to be managed, or maintenance. We get people over there. So it's a little bit more work, and when it's more work and more risk, then you get that bigger cap rate. So now we know, okay, well, this guy, he's like, oh, I need to get 8%. That puts me in Class B or Class C. Sometimes there's like a B minus, maybe 20-year-old apartment complex, pretty nice. They're doing pretty good, stable tenants. They've been there for a year or two. So it's, that's something I can put him in, and that's something I can put you in, or your realtor or your broker can put you in. That's what we do. We kind of define your needs. How much money you have, how much of a headache, how much risk are you going to be able to take on, Then we talk about in commercial real estate, you also need to know about, especially during COVID-19, is spreading out risk. It's all about risk in commercial real estate. It's all about risk. That either the banks will see how much they're scared you might walk away. You're like, hey, you get the deal, it might be maybe it's his far friend, they're getting a loan, and he's just going to walk away from the deal. Arm reach sale, they call it in the lending, and it happens. And so we need to minimize risk. And one factor that I like to tell my clients is that instead of putting our eggs all in one basket, let's spread this risk out. Not necessarily in a bunch of different properties, but let's have multiple tenants. Let's have a lot of tenants. So let's say one shopping center has 5 tenants. Okay, why, Alan? Why? Why not just have one? It's easy to manage, right? Just that one person. Yeah, it is easier to manage. But what are the chances if that one person leaves, then we're stuck with that mortgage payment? You see there? Now remember that. So, but if we have 5 of them and it's full, what are the chances of all 5 of them leaving? Yeah, very rare. And if you have the more, let's say 10, let's say 20. An apartment complex has 20 units. What are the chances of everybody leaving? You have to pay that mortgage payment. The bank is not going to say, hey, oh, if people moved out, no problem, you don't have to pay. No, they don't care. They're like, F you, where's my money? F you, where's my money? You're late? F you, where's my money? They don't care. You know, if not, they foreclose, they take the property. And you're talking about $1.5 million on this deal, you know, it could be easy $10,000 a month. Easily be $10,000 a month that you have to come up with. And you've got an empty place, not bringing any money, that can hurt after 5-6 months. And things like this happen. So what we got to do is we got to manage risk. You know, that's where it comes in. If you're just barely getting started, you got $200,000 or $300,000. I would definitely take a look at some Class B apartment complex. That's what I would look at in 2020. We're seeing a lot of these shopping centers maybe going a lot of empty spots. A lot of tenants are going to have to move out because of COVID-19 in 2021. And it's just they can't take it. We're seeing a lot of movement and there's a lot of forecasts. So that's just my FYI. If you're looking at this, start looking at the shopping centers, mini storage, apartment complexes, mini storage. And if you do want to look at a shopping center, don't look at the big boxes, but look at the little one and look at the ones that have services in them. What I mean by services, they're not necessarily selling stuff like products or something, but they act like a barber, maybe a chiropractor, maybe a doctor shopping centers, medical shopping centers, medical offices, stuff like that people still have to use during this time, during COVID-19. So something, this FYI, that's another little thing that I'm putting out there. So that's what I'm talking about in commercial real estate investing. Real estate investing is mitigating risk and just exchanging the dollars that you have for a cash flow that continuously comes in every single month. We want this cash flow come in, and then want to kind of say, okay, I'm willing to give this much work for it, but I don't want to do that much work. Okay, well then I'll take this much in the middle, not too much work, or a Class C, not this, because I want a little bit more money than Class A. Let's stick with this Class B, and I'll get my little 8%, 8% cap rate. I'm fine with that. So that's something to really consider. I hope you learned a little bit more. Think about taking my commercial real estate advanced courses offered here at HPAgents.com. I'm Alan Jimenez, real estate broker for the last 15 years. I can't believe how much time has flown by. So you have any questions, comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Give me a call, 832-305-SOLD. Send me a text, whatever you got to do to get a hold of me. I'd love to help you on your next business venture. Talk to you soon, and God bless. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching my video. Please give it a good thumbs up if you liked it or if you learned something. Hit that subscribe and notification bell. That will keep you learning. I'm throwing videos out there every single day about learning new tactics, negotiation, money-making skills that I've learned over the last 15 years, and I'm continuously giving you new tips. So follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Whatever avenue you are on, we are there. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.